Hello guys, this is Reese from Bommarito St. Peter's Volkswagen in St. Louis. Today I'm bringing you a 2019 Volkswagen Atlas SEL Premium 4Motion. This particular one comes in Reflex Silver Metallic. It has black Mahorata wheels. It'll also have push button start, heated seats, navigation, ventilated seats, adaptive cruise control, emergency autonomous braking, blind spot monitoring, rear traffic alert, easy kick open trunk or lift gate, a panoramic sunroof with a power sunshade, heated second row seats, captain's chairs, 3-seat memory, Volkswagen's digital cockpit, Fender premium audio, and 3-seat memory, and then also a subwoofer in that trunk, 5,000-pound tow hitch, and a bumper applique on the back. This particular one, if you notice on the sides of the Atlas, the lines are kind of styled where they catch the light and accent the car. That long bold line down the middle of the door catches the shadow or pitches the shadow. And then down below the chrome line, it's a black plastic. And then the line actually goes up over the wheel arches and back into the tail lights from the headlights. So let's take a look around this car. LED headlights, LED running lights, halogen fog lights. The only place on the car that it says that it's an Atlas is on the back lift gate and a chrome strip across the back of the lift gate. Fuel doors on the passenger side. Volkswagens all have the fuel door on the passenger side. That way if you're out of gas on the side of the highway, you're away from traffic on the shoulder side and not in traffic. There's a look at that bumper applique on the rear bumper. Also chrome accent for the tailpipes. Trailer hitch down below there. Even the bumper applique casts up a unique shadow or lines on the back of the car. Look at the sun reflecting up on the back of the lift gate. Pretty cool. Let's take a look inside. Here's a look at your 3-seat memory. Also lumbar support, and then your forward and back, and then seat back here. This is a Vienna leather seat, so it's heavily perforated there. It's also heated and ventilated. As we climb in here, there's a look at your power door locks, Fender audio. There's a Fender nameplate on the speakers there. Also, there's wood grain in the door that continues across the dash to the other door. Power windows, power window locks, one touch up, one touch down, and then power folding mirrors, and also heated mirrors there. Automatic headlights, along with the fog light function there. Down below you have a coin box right here for storage, so you can actually store items in there. There's also an adjustable steering wheel lever right there, so you can pull out, raise or lower the steering wheel, and then lock it back. It's a smooth leather wrapped steering wheel with a flat bottom. Cruise control functionalities right here. You do have resume set and then cancel of course with the foot. Your assist systems are going to be lane assist, blind spot monitoring, rear traffic alert, front assist, along with adaptive cruise control. Volume control is going to be right here. On this side of the steering wheel, you have your Google and Siri functionality right here. So if you're plugged in using the USB port, which is down there, your phone's going to do App Connect, which uses Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, or MirrorLink on the system to control functionality, navigation, and things of that sort. So this is Volkswagen's digital instrument cluster. Right now I'm showing you the nav setup. And by hitting this view button here, this is a 2nd gen digital cockpit screen. So they had one cockpit screen for 2018 that continued into 2019, but midway through 2019 they have actually changed how it looks and the functionality of it. So by hitting this view button, I can go full screen on navigation. I can also go to partial screen here with driving data, radio station, things of that nature all displayed around it. Or again, I can go back to dials, and then I can also change to radio station telephone, vehicle status, driving data, or assist systems here. So if I were to turn on the cruise control, now I can set following distance by hitting this little button right here in the middle. That sets my following distance for adaptive cruise control. And then I can go back to navigation. I think most people are going to like the full screen version. And then down below it shows your parking gear right here, and then your speed over here on that side right there. Here's a look at the MIB2 radio. This is a touchscreen radio with navigation. And with navigation there, I can hit the nav button here, and I can enter my location or wherever I'm headed. I can also go back here. There's a button here, a map swap button, that I can take navigation from there, which when I do that, it displays a compass and elevation, and it moves it over here. Now if you notice, when you move your hand in front of that, there's an infrared sensor there that brings up hotkeys. They come up when you wave your hand, and then by touching map, it's now back over here again. That is pretty cool. Now I was talking about App Connect, which allows you to do Android Auto, MirrorLink, or Apple CarPlay using that USB port down there. There's also a 12-volt charger there, and also an auxiliary port. The backup camera on this car is trajectory steering, so there's a little yellow line that turns when you turn the wheel. The green line stays static, and then the red line is where your bumper signifies where your bumper is. Again, this car does have dual climate zone along with heated and ventilated seats, so we can turn both on simultaneously. We have fan speed in the middle there. We can turn off sync here, and we can have individual climate zones, so each passenger can have their own setting here. There's also a rest function here. The rest function allows you to, if you were to go in our store, or maybe need to run into a store real quick, but you don't want your car to be sweltering hot when you come out, you hit the rest button after you shut the car off. It will recirculate heated or cooled air, whichever you were running, up to 10 minutes in the car while the car is sitting. Now there's also a steering wheel, a heated steering wheel button right there, and also an auto start stop button right here. This button here defeats the auto start stop functionality on the car. All Atlases come with the auto start stop feature that's now federally mandated. It's a fuel saving feature where the car will shut off at red lights, maybe stop signs if the engine's not needed. Back up to the radio real quick. We have AM, FM, and satellite on this car. Satellite's going to be free for 3 months. If you are wanting to run a CD, there is no CD up here. It's actually hidden in the glove box. So there's your CD player along with your SD card reader. One of these SD card slots is for your navigation data disc, which is an SD card that comes in this little container here. You can put it in one or two, it doesn't matter, but that's where your navigation gets the information from. There's also SD card holders right here for extra SD cards. This cup holder is actually lighted. The SEL Premium is the only one that has a little light right there that lights the cup holder for you. All the rest, there's no light in there. I had this bottle of water in here to kind of remind me to let you know this car has 15 bottle and cup holder options, whether it be the doors right here in the center, each of those doors, also the doors in the back, and then in the third row there's little side panels on each side for cups or bottles. This car does come with a lighted vanity mirror on each side. You do also have CarNet, which is this series of 3 buttons right here. There's your information, roadside assistance, and emergency services, and then also garage door memory right there. That does have a giant panoramic sunroof with a powered sunshade that covers the entire first 2 rows. The second set of glass over the second row does not move, it's static, but the first section does stack on top of the first. And there's also a pop-up windscreen to kind of protect you from wind when you're driving with the sunroof open. Seat belt adjustments right there, and then your headrest there. And again, we'll look at the Vienna leather seats here. Alright, so you do have on the climate control here, It's a tri-zone climate control. You can control all 3 zones from here. I just hit the menu button here, which brings up this fantastic touchscreen here. This touchscreen allows you to turn the system off. There's sync, there's the rear lockout, and then also air care, and you can also control your heated steering wheel from here. So I can turn on my heated steering wheel. I can also turn on the heated seats. Actually, I'm thinking of a Tiguan where the heated seats pop up on the screen. Sorry about that, guys. There's also something called air care. What air care does, it's basically a filtration system. You're going to see a blue line here. It starts to expand as it scrubs the air and it filters out pollutants in the air. So basically you're not bringing in outside allergens and contaminants and things into the cabin when you're running this air care here. And I'll let that run still while we're talking here. Let's go take a look at the second row. Another thing that I failed to mention, this has chrome scuff plates inside the doors. This particular unit comes in at $51,465, and it is a captain's chair option. So here is the Vienna leather captain's chair. It's still that heavily perforated seat. These 2 seats are going to be heated as well. So I'll shut this door here. There's a look at your climate control in the back. You can actually reduce the temperature, raise the fan speed, do all those things here. There's your heated seat as well. Down below, there's going to be 2 USB ports for charging. And then also, here's a 3-prong plug-in right here. You can plug in a laptop here. I'm going to turn this fan off. I'm sure the camera is picking up that wind. Storage for magazines on the backs of both seats. A lot of cars, they only do it on 1 seat. They do it on both in the Atlas, for the SEL Premium anyway. There's a look up at that giant panoramic sunroof that covers the entire passenger cabin, the entire front 2 rows. And here's a look through from the middle row to the steering wheel cluster, steering wheel layout, center console, and this armrest here, which I kind of skipped over. Inside here is going to be another USB port right there, and this is good storage for even a medium-sized purse. So my wife actually likes that. So if she has a medium-sized purse, you can put that in there. There is also a sunshade here designed to protect your kids from the back if they're in car seats or anything like that, to protect them from direct sunlight. Notice there are no door locks on the second set of doors. The only door locks are going to be up front on the passenger side and the driver's side up here. For this seat, there is a fold-down armrest right here. And this little dial here, most people don't know what that is. It adjusts where the seat locks in at. Tilt it down, tilt it up, wherever you want it to stop at. You just dial it back with that. Now, here's a look at the third row as well. Those headrests easily flick up with the flip of a wrist. Actually, I had to give it a little bit more force on that one. When they're new, they're a little stiffer. Notice how the seat sits high off the ground. That gives you a high knee angle for your adult passengers in the back. They're not going to be uncomfortable in this car. So something I wanted to show you. On this Atlas, on any Atlas, they're going to have the latch hookups right there in the seat. So you can do front or rear facing car seats in these seats. Now, the neat thing about this is if you have front facing car seats or booster seats, you do not have to remove them for passengers to climb into the back row. So this little switch right here is a 2-way switch. You just lift up, the seat pitches forward, the bottom drops out, and your passengers climb into the back. Again, notice how high that seat sits off the ground. There's a look at the captain's chair in the upright position. Here is the forward access position. So to put the seat back, you just lift up again, push back on a seat. There's actually a lever underneath it. You can push the seat forward and back, and you're on your way. So no more uninstalling a seat and then reinstalling a seat just to get people situated and going. Power assisted liftgate. Here's a look through from the back. This is a true 6-seater. There's a look at that giant panoramic roof as well. These seats do fold down, they fold flat, and there's Velcro straps there to help pull those back up if you fold them. So it's just a quick flick of this button here, and the seats will go down. And if the headrest is all the way down, which I made the mistake of not pushing that headrest all the way down, the seat will go flat. So you have a continuous flat surface here. and you just pull up with this strap here to put the seat back in place. Same with this side over here. There are also seat belt clips right here to keep seat belts out of the way of cargo, and a 12-volt charger right there as well. This particular unit does come with a roadside assistance kit, a cargo cover, which is underneath this false floor right here, monster mats right here, cloth mats here, and then there's also a cargo net over on this side right here. Now this particular unit here, let's see what it has underneath here. Some of them come with a tow ball. This one does. Tow ball is actually extra. This one comes with it. Not every unit comes with that. There's a look at that cargo cover still in the plastic there, and there's also a subwoofer underneath that for your sound system. Here's another part for the tow hitch. And they come with a jack apparatus as well. And here's that bumper applique on the back bumper. So you just push the button here and then that car closes up. 5,000 pounds of towing. This car does come with a 6-year, 72,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty from Volkswagen. It's 6 years, 72,000 miles bumper to bumper. Also, if you buy from me at Bommarito St. Peter's here in St. Louis, you get a 10-year, 200,000 mile engine and powertrain warranty. This is nationwide. And then also we're going to give you 3 free oil changes. Your 10, 20, and 30,000 mile oil changes are covered by the dealership right here in St. Louis. You don't pay for an oil change till you hit 40,000 miles. Now the oil changes have to be done here in town, here at our local dealership. That's not a nationwide deal. So if you're interested in this car, please give me a call, 636-290-4257, 636-290-4257, or on Facebook at Reese Sells Cars. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe. Thanks a lot.